if you're hearing me. Let me check here. I think we're live. All right. We're here to rip some dog bowls in the next 10 or so that we can go to Miami. Having internet troubles here. What is up, anyone out there? So we got 2 dog bowls going on. These are on Underdog Fantasy. You can use promo code Cheslium if you're not up and running there. I'm in the next 10 dog bowl drafts. If you don't know what that is, $25. Top 3 in the contest win a $10,000 ticket for their chance to win or play for a $200,000 prize. Everyone else gets peanuts. If you, these ADPs are wild. If you finish top 50%, you will make your money back. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I don't understand why Travis Kelce is the 101 by ADP in this format. I'll probably have 0% of him. I mean, the man does not look the same this year, right? Could he get there on the Raiders? Of course he could get there on the Raiders. But on a, when you can get Dalton Kincaid in the second, when you can get Trey McBride in the second, just much better bets to me. Running through some Vegas totals for you. Don't know why they're showing the Thanksgiving names over on Fantasy Labs. It's an easy representation. Chiefs, 26.5. Eagles, 26. Jags, 24.5. Rams, 24. Colts, a surprising 23.5. Texans, 23. Bills, 23. Saints, 22. Cardinals, 22. And then a bunch of scrubs. So, I've not done a lot of dog bowl drafts this year. Probably the most I've done on a weekend is like 10 or 12. But yeah, I mean, it just takes time to grind these out. If you have already won a ticket, I would understand why you're chasing extra tickets. I had one come close last week. But it's now or never. I think week 14, something like that, is when the dog bowl is. So this is one of the last weeks to qualify. Again, it's a pretty good deal with the rakeback. Underdog was having trouble filling these bad boys. You can see I went Josh Allen 101 here, attempting to get Kincaid. They're not going to give us it. We'll just take the much better projected players if people want to do that. Josh Allen and Kincaid, a super chalk pairing as well. So literally taking anyone else, you're going to get a little different. If you've not done any of these, some rough strategy for you is either try to get unique at the top of the draft, either through reaching or someone else reaching, and therefore you get falling ADP values, or try to get a little different at the back end of the draft. For example, on some of my better teams the past 2 weeks, I simply took Jaylen Warren in the 6th round, who was not being drafted. Now he goes in the 3rd round, So things change quick here. We'll take a stacking partner in Gabe Davis for this one. And then we could double it with Shakir, but I like Rashid Shaheed's slot matchup against the Falcons. It's a little bring back against the Falcons. So yeah, this slate is pretty unique for the dog bowl because I found on some of the early teams I did, you just get, with so many teams playing on Thanksgiving and Friday and buys and blah, 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 blah. You can get very locked out at quarterback. You can get very locked out at tight end if you do not focus on that, right? So after Gardner Minshew, you're looking at a tough group of quarterbacks. like Desmond Ritter and crew. I like Tank Dell. We're just going to build some Josh Allen teams today. Elite quarterbacks have not been getting home this year for DFS purposes, but that's a salary format, of course. There's no salary on the Dawg Bowl. It's simply build the team that's going to score the most points. And so, yeah, I mean, if you're going to give me the 101 of quarterbacks, to me, this could be a huge Josh Allen game if the Eagles are not able to sit on the ball. We will pair Allen with Kincaid here. It's a very chalky pairing, but Kincaid, my guy, one of my highest exposed guys in fantasy football. Poor fantasy analysts who just didn't listen or did not read that situation right at all, being like, oh no, first round pick on the Bills can't produce because he's a tight end. Rough process there. If you didn't see it in my content, I did a lot of content this week. I reviewed my high stakes best ball teams yesterday, built some pick'em slips for this week yesterday, had Justin Herzig on. Yeah, it's not the easiest to multi-table on Underdog. It's not the best, but with the phone going, I'm in the next 7 if you want to help me build these bad boys up. So yeah, we've done 3, and we got Josh Allen in all of them. Seems like a decent bet. You can see me taking Josh Allen at the 101 is going to be a little bit unique. Kyren Williams, another one of my guys. Love the spot for him this week. They waived Darrell Henderson. Could not be more bullish on that. Bijan off the bye, getting a lot of workload. The Saints you can definitely run the football on. Gabe Davis will be like less than 1% owned in DFS land probably. Okay. So the Bills typically are, this is another way to get unique. He has an ADP of 13 in Devonta Smith. They're giving it to me at 28. I don't know how legit that ADP is. We can look at some other drafts. We could see he went at the 18th there, though. But, that's another way to get unique. If people are going to be getting unique by taking some not great picks to me, David Njoku in the second round is nothing like Dalton Kincaid or Trey McBride to me. Again, I mean, the man's going to get targets on screen targets, but I don't know. This is like box score watching to me. If you're going to reach on a David Njoku and give me a unique game stack, let's go. The Bills, with their high zone defense, has been a little bit more of a wide receiver 2 seem to get there a little bit more. I do think AJ Brown can get there against the Bills, absolutely, but makes a little bit of sense against these zone teams why these wide receiver 2s get there. Maybe you shade a safety over AJ Brown. Okay. I like Swift enough. I like Kyren. I like Bijan. Never Devontae Adams for me. Cooper Kupp off the injury, not as appealing. We're going to go with Kyren. Just taking a big stand on Kyren in an awesome matchup feels pretty nice to me. This could be the team, Omar. And if you build a narrow player pool, which clearly I'm kind of doing here by taking a lot of Josh and Kyren, no reason you can't get 3 tickets to Miami in the same week, which would be pretty lit. Again, it's a top-heavy contest, but if you have the bankroll to fire at it, it really helps where any team that finishes in the top 50%, you get your cash back for. It just makes it less of a going broke endeavor to chase some tickets. These things typically really fill up on Sunday mornings. But that's not always what I'm doing on Sunday mornings. So looks like we got back half of the draft here. You'll see a lot of if you do a lot of these, you'll see a lot of the same people in the mix here. Okay, so we need a tight end. Michael Mayer in the trailing game script makes sense. Kylan Granson's fine enough. Jonnu Smith, is okay. See, it just gets dire at tight end. We're gonna go with Mayer this week. So this one, I think it's done. That one, is done. And it's a Josh Allen, Kyron Bijan, Gabe Davis, Rashid Shaheed, Michael Mayer team. We don't need this anymore. As you can tell, if you got eagle eyes, these 6 picks away, 16 picks away is not perfect at all. Rashad White popped up on the injury report. Seems like a nothing burger to me personally. David Njoku, Evan Ingram. We're going to go with Rashad White and fade the injury news. I like Josh Downs against Tampa, getting some wide receivers there. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. The link to join my Discord is in the YouTube description below. Yeah, it feels pretty comfortable when you get the elite QB and tight end, and then you get to take advantage of people having to take guys like Tyler Higbee and Michael Mayer, where you get to take some running backs. These are $25 per entry. Roughly 5,200 people. Again, you got to finish first. You finish first through third. You finish fourth, kind of sucks. Okay. So we need a running back here. Dameon Pierce is expected back, but let's just make the bet that Singletary's shown more than him. We're betting on one of the higher totals there. So yeah, this team's pretty nice. Josh, Singletary, Devonta Smith, Josh Downs, Dalton Kincaid team. Got a game stack built out. Trying to get less things right. Yada, yada. You definitely do not have to have a stacked quarterback here. Yeah, I mean, my ADPs this week would be roughly like my top 4 would probably be like Diggs, AJ Brown, Hurts, Josh, especially on this slate. Tank Dell, I don't know. Kincaid, Kelsey just does not enter the conversation. And the weeks where Kelsey scores 30, we lose, and that's okay. Okay. ETN, some possibility they've been saving him for a division matchup. But Houston's D's legit. So we want Kincaid in the first round there. I have no idea what you're talking about, Showmaker, DVS, DFS. Literally no clue. You can see we're getting a little unique to start the draft here. Yes, that allows other people to get unique simply by going by ADP. But is what it is. Man, wide receiver gets ugly too. Let's go Ingram. He needs to fall in the end zone eventually. So yeah, me doing the Kincaid Kyron is an example of me getting unique at the top of the draft. And then a lot of the, like you could get that pairing around here, but they won't have the guys that are usually going around these ADPs. I can just chalk out the rest of the build now. And yeah, it gives these guys here a little bit more unique of a combo by me reaching on them. But honestly, I like the guys I chose to hit ceilings. I'm not just choosing two random players. I don't think Mahomes is the worst pick there, but we're not doing it this time. Have you already qualified for a dog bowl? No. I've not done that many though. Like a lot of the people qualifying, I assume, are 115 it. I've not come close to 115 it. I don't even know if I've done over 15 drafts in one. But I like the concept of it. But that's why we're here today. We're here to try to qualify. I don't know, show mocks, bro. I would recommend not to worry about a reach here or there. People throw players in their queue. They forget. Let's go Puka. Getting our wide receivers taken care of here. No guarantee Cooper Kupp's 100 P. Okay. Need some wideouts. Let's go Shaheed again. Let's see what we need here. Just whatever we think is the top scoring player. Man, it's ugly even in like a scroll down sense. Let's go for Greg Dortch. Rarely going to be drafted. Example of scrolling down. Potentially no Hollywood Brown. Potentially no. Already no Michael Wilson. So this is an example of taking a guy not being drafted at all, basically. It's not my favorite scroll down guy, but, got to do what you got to do. Yeah, Taysom as a quarterback for some reason this week. Got 5 more of these bad boys if you want to take your shot. Justin Watson was another scroll down candidate to me, but to me, like I do like Justin Watson this week, but I think he's going to be like the sneaky scroll down guy that ends up being 25% drafted, 50, something like that. He's like the sneaky scroll down guy who's not sneaky. All right, let's go Jalen Warren, explosive runner, breakaway runner. Cincinnati's defense is a dream matchup for someone of that ability. Going to put stress on us to find some wideouts. We're going to go with Christian Kirk. Houston's coverage scheme, a little bit better for Kirk than guys like Calvin Ridley. Khalil Shakir here being left for the stack makes a lot of sense. So this one finishes out with Josh Allen, Kyron, Rashad White, Rashid Shaheed, Khalil Shakir, Evan Ingram. I like it. Tells a story. Rashad White probably going to fall in ADP. I think that's a bad read on the situation. That was my read before, and then a Bucks reporter basically commented on something Levitan put out there, saying this is essentially a nothing burger. Yeah, I mean, this is a thought I had too. Tough to tell teams are being overly cautious in the wake of the Bijan and Burrow injury report. Like, this is exactly what I thought, and I saw Levitan tweeted too. And then, because Rashad White popped up on the injury report. Now, whatever. Maybe Rashad White tore his ACL. I don't know. But Greg Allman of, he covers the NFC South for Fox, I guess. Let's go with Warren this time. He went, Bucks have been extremely diligent in adding late injuries. The Bijan game was against them, and they've done this 3 times since that game. So that kind of leads to they're just doing this so they don't get fined. Timmy. And if he gets ruled out, I believe a swap would be given. But it's a good spot for Rashad White. Tampa's got to win. Vegas is not respecting Tampa at all, even against the Colts. A little downtime, seeming like. These can be brutal when you're doing one at a time because a lot of these people volume draft and I guess are not good at multi-tabling, or they just auto draft, or they just like queue it down. And, love underdog for so many things. The one thing I think they could really give a break on, especially on something like this, which is like 95% volume drafters, is like enact an auto draft if someone misses 2 picks. Yeah. We'll be buying this Rashad White ADP discount. Not a believer in it. So we're going to have to piece together some tough positions to piece together on this team this week, QB and tight end. Would be nice if we get Baker or Gardner. We would settle for Stafford. And then you see the list of guys. Maybe I'll do another 10 tomorrow morning. See, like, this is just, come on now. If you're ever in a draft with me, you'll notice I almost always instant pick because I'm a man of the community. Looks like we got 4 more drafts to fill. Okay, so we need wideout and QB over here. I think Derek Carr is officially playing. I'll roll with Baker versus a beatable Colts team. It's kind of like Baker or beat up Stafford. Yeah, he's not correlated. Might need to get a rushing touchdown. Or just need these guys to like nut out and him to do enough. And none of his wide receivers be essential. Man, it is a tough crew here at wideout. Yeah, it's difficult to build teams you feel comfortable at every position. Good job putting that in, Star Kindler. Okay. Are we gonna do it? Yeah, we're gonna do it. Fuck it. Fuck it, guys. Trey Palmer week. You heard it here first. I'm a little bit more willing to risk a 0 than most. Is this something I would do a lot, even with Baker? No. But, the theoretical upside is there. The man runs a lot of routes. Probably not that good. Literally might have the only share of Trey Palmer. So I got that going for me. While others are partying in Miami, I can have a shirt that says drafted the only share of Trey Palmer week 12 of the Dawg Bowl. Maybe I'll throw that in my merch store. That might fly off the shelf. Let me know what you guys think in the YouTube comments. So this one is 6 away. Take CJ Stroud on this one. CJ Stroud is being priced in DFS land as if he is Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts. I think CJ Stroud's had some easy matchups. I also think CJ Stroud's pretty good at football. So looks like we're going to get one of these quarterbacks. I like Gardner more than Stafford. Probably should have gone. Probably should have gone Stafford just with the Puka stack. But we got Gardner against the Tampa Bay stack too, so really either of them worked for us. And we can end it with like Kylan Granson, who I think we're like officially just not going to get Jelani Woods. Kylan Granson is in some really ugly splits here. Yeah, he sucks. All right. I think we officially got the 6 remaining here. Hell yeah, man. I'm with you on that Copian. Chase Brown coming back this week. Maybe he's not a complete 0. Fuck yeah, brother. Maybe not. Javante undraftable? No, I totally on that team where I took Singletary. I think it could be argued Javante was a better pick, even though like the Vegas total is very low. You got to think about how that game's going to go, and the game's probably going to go like the Browns are going to be doing some dumb shit with like screen passes to Njoku in a low scoring game, and I don't know. I can't take Kylan Granson even for the stack. We're going to do Jonnu Smith, who I don't know, at least has some upside. What up, Pound? Good luck, brother. Gardner Minshew rushing touchdowns. And I'm out on the Jonathan Taylor chalk. I'm out on that this week. If that beats me, so be it. I like Kyron more. I like a healthy Rachaad White more. If you're into DFS, I think this content from Justin Freeman at Justin Freeman 18 is some great material, particularly the top plays section and the most under-owned section. And then, looking at chalk too. Something I like to look at each week for the couple lineups I build in DFS land. Not as relevant to us on the Dog Bowls because it's a salary cap game. But, if someone has a high salary like Kamara and they're a top play 14% of the time on the slate, they think, well, that's probably an indication that he could be a little undervalued with his ADP of 11. Let's see who else has a high salary. Yeah. Jake Browning under-owned people. I don't know, man. That Bengals game, it's like Jamar Chase, 25 targets. Who says no? Yeah, I think Warren's a smash too. I like Tank a lot, but fuck it, we're doing Josh again. Today we're doing Josh Allen. Maybe tomorrow we'll do Tank. It is a better matchup for Tank than Nico versus Jacksonville. I don't know what this means, man. Just the 25. You mean the entry? Yeah, I mean, there is there's uncertainty in Steelers land. I think a lot of people are having the take, which was like my initial take and still kind of is, that, hey, they're going to, anyone from outside point of view or, the OC is going to be the running backs coach. Anyone would be like, give Jalen Warren the ball more. He's the better player. He's more explosive. The Steelers have to win. Oh, just targets for Chase. Got you, man. I think a lot of people will be like, give it to Warren, but it's not impossible that the Steelers are dumb and they think that Najee Harris is the solution to their woes. I don't think that. I don't think the Steelers think that, but it's in the range, right? It's got to be in the range. And it's just, it just shows you how fragile some of this stuff is because, yes, the slate is different this week with it being condensed, but Jalen Warren literally was undrafted in almost, he's probably only drafted to like 5-10%, maybe, probably closer to 5 in past week Dog Bowls. And he was like one of my favorite guys to end the drafts with. Just a pre-draft guy I was in on. Still, the thesis was there. Explosive dude. We never really liked betting on Steelers offense, but okay. We will take Nico to stack here. I do think it's a better spot for Tank, but Tank is a first-round player. Nico in the third. Feels pretty nice. We could build out a little game stack there. Got two more I'm doing today. If you want to get in on the fun, again, if you're joining some of these later in the night or you catch this later and you're feeling slow, I would highly recommend you jump in Sunday morning. Almost every week, they're popping off the chain Sunday morning until it fills. And yeah, I mean, it's good as a consumer if you have the bankroll to support. I think these are like rake free, meaning the company's not raking it, and you get 50% of your money back. It's in the range, brother. He could be benched. He could do that. Yeah, you have to do 10 minimum to qualify for the money back. I should have said that. I think that guy is just auto drafting. Josh Allen. I think it's a great bounce back spot for Steph Diggs too. Got a lot of Steph Diggs. But yeah, probably the Bills game. So many pieces, honestly. It's a little insane. The market has Jalen Warren ahead of Josh Jacobs and ADP, considering Josh Jacobs is like a 1,000% workload guy. But, given the context, not that insane. Yep. I like Shakir as a stack. People are probably overrating him getting an 80-yard touchdown last week, which was largely a byproduct of Dalton Kincaid blocking his ass off and Sauce Gardner jogging on the route. But yeah, I mean, Bills are going to score points. As the only reason the Bills would not score points is if Philly is able to just like churn out first down after first down via the run game and the tush push and whatever, and just keep the ball out of the Bills' hands, because I don't think Philly really wants to play a shootout. But we will see. Let's get Mahomes here just because quarterback gets gross. Where, Mahomes, and then after Lawrence and Kyler, the next quarterback is Baker. So, rough. Yeah, I like Bills at Philly. I mean, I stack the Bills most weeks. Get the tight end advantage. Mahomes should be paired with Kelsey quite a bit. If you're going to give me Jamar Chase in the third round, 9 picks past ADP, I don't care if you got a quarterback downgrade. We're going to fucking slam that in. These are officially like my guys via exposures in the preseason. Allen, Chase, Kincaid. Let's go. Shout out to all the people who thought Kincaid was a bad pick. He's now a second round. Goes in the first round sometimes. And Jamar Chase, a third round pick. Insane. No T. Higgins. Pitt has a fierce pass rush, but, and I know, the Steelers know, the Bengals know, there's going to be a lot of screen pass attempts to Chase, and just see if he can get there. Two more people for this one dog bowl. I mean, that start is sex. I don't know what's up with Jake Browning. It's kind of a bummer that Carson Wentz is a Ram and not a Bengal. It's a major bummer Trey Lance is not getting a shot to start this year. Like, I mean, that's probably like a huge damnation of him that him and his agent are not like, yo, cut me so I can go start somewhere. Because maybe he wouldn't, even with the quarterback injuries. Or maybe Dallas views him as such a key backup that they wouldn't do that, you know? That's in the range too. Okay, one more. Needs 9 more folks on this lovely Saturday afternoon. I liked this show called Avatar: The Last Airbender growing up. If you like that show, on Netflix, there's a show called Blue Samurai. It's more like an R-rated version of it, but I found that last night. Quite enjoyed the episodes I've watched so far. So, thank you, McCaffrey. Thank you, bro. Is it Jewish? Is it McCaffrey? I don't know. Okay. Christian Kirk has been on all 3 of my winning best ball teams. It's a better matchup for Kirk than Ridley. Welcome to the team, Christian Kirk. Gabe Davis was there too, but we already have Kincaid. Might take Gabe on the wrap if he makes it there. 5 more for this last Dawg Bowl. Okay. Well, we like Shaheed. I don't think any of those tight ends are worth risking getting locked at wideout. Real swoon could take 2 wideouts. Yeah, I did this. I did the same thing. At like midnight, I was like, okay, I'll watch one more episode, and then I went to bed at 3 a.m. or 2:30. Not a kid show if you have children. Pretty gory. Thank you guys. Filling this up. Look at you, Jewish. You got the 102. I got the 103. One of us. Hashtag. If you've qualified for the Dawg Bowl and you're in this chat, let me know right now. Some friends of the streams I know have qualified. Nez, Mr. Miami himself of the Badge Bros. Dave is in there as well. I've not had him on my channel yet, but he's a big volume drafter. Something I like about Dave is he, I believe, bought his ticket to Miami ahead of time and said manifestation. So how could you not like that, you know? Now, I mean, look, you can get a refund on a plane ticket if you need to. Let's go Javonte this time. What exactly happens once everyone gets to Miami? My understanding is, give me 1 second here. All right, we'll do one ETN team. My understanding is there's basically going to be, there's 36 qualifiers divided into 3 drafts of 12. Potentially, Chris G is qualified. Chris G right here, part of the Deposit Kingdom. My understanding is there's going to be 3 drafts. You know, if you've won, you can win up to 3 tickets. I don't know how many people have multi-qualified. Beretta James maybe has gotten more than one. This man here, he was really upset about the Taysom Hill thing. He drafted a lot of Taysom on the FFPC, but my understanding is they're they're gonna wine and dine you, whatever, give you a hotel room. But this is just my guess, by the way. I don't have any understanding. But there's gonna be 3 drafts, and you're gonna get a random spot, and whoever scores the most out of those 3 drafts wins 200K. You'll have to look at the payout structure, but first is 200K. So you got to finish 1 out of 36. You can't win more than 3 tickets, but you can't be in twice in a draft. Juice McCaffrey says Copper Prices has 2. Not familiar with them, but good for them. Would be interesting to know how many drafts everyone has done that shipped it. I had a shot last week if Dalton Kincaid caught a touchdown, but unfortunately the Bills stopped using him in the second half. Probably an indication they're saving him. So that didn't happen. Remember to drink water. I've not been great about that lately. Been a little dehydrated. First activity is reportedly a strongman competition with Rubbin and crutches. Some people call me the steel string bean. Not the biggest guy, but we got some pipes over here. Played rugby in college. Have I been working out recently? No, I have not. I go on walks, so I got that going for me. All right. We could Bills mega stack it. Javonte, I think, is the very safe option to slap on here. And with us getting a falling, okay. Fuck you, dude. Just kidding. Who was that? Have to know who was that. Roofing Man. Oh, Roofing Man's on whatever it's called. Auto. Okay, Justin Watson, come on down. He's not sneaky, but we can tell a story here. Josh Allen throws a touchdown to Cook and Kincaid. Chase gets a ton of volume, gets a touchdown. Kirk gets a touchdown. Ooh, a Diggs and Chase pairing? Pure sex. Justin Watson catches 2 touchdowns. Kincaid, boom. Josh Allen runs one in. I'll take a look at my finished dog polls after this. Not worried about someone trying to dupe me. That would be not smart for you to do. I don't know what happens if it's a tie. It's in the rules, but I don't know. I don't know anything about the NBA, so probably not. Could I download some projections and probably do a fine job at it? Sure. Like McBride enough, but we're gonna go Bijan here. This just seems like a very strong projected team. All right, fine. We'll do Olave. We're building a team with the guys we don't draft a lot, ETN and Olave. That's fun. If it's a tie, there's a heads up. Battle Royale draft as a tie break. Sweat's on. Sweat's on there. What up, Sam? Thank you, man. Thanks for the support. Do we think this man's name is B. Essing? Or like maybe last name, Basing? It's a little weird. Ford has an ADP ahead of Javante. My guess is, and again, it's a total guess. I don't remember. My guess is the Broncos are going to be favorites in that game. I could be wrong. And, usually the Liam or Mr. Chess, probably Liam. Probably I shouldn't, probably wasn't the best thing for my brand to go as Chess Liam if I'm going to be primarily doing fantasy football content. But honestly, you can call me whatever you're comfortable with. Rough sledding here. Let's go with Big Game Gabe. I talked about him earlier, but my guess is Singletary will be strongly the 1A. And I mean, like, Pierce's rushing prop is like 27 yards or something. So what? It's possible, it's just guess, right? It's possible it's a 1A, 1B. It's possible they've seen enough of Pierce and he doesn't fit the rushing style at all. It's possible that the O-line's healthy now and that is going to help Pierce too, And if like Pierce gets in the game and is looking good, I think they would give him a shot. I guess we should just kind of take the top projected guy here in Josh Jacobs, 11 picks after ADP. Figure out QB and tight end. Like, I was so tempted to go anyone but Josh Jacobs, but it's probably the smart thing to do, even though he's not one of my guys. How many eliminators do you have left? I took a look at those in the video I made yesterday about my high stakes team in the underdog section. And I got 2 little eliminators. I didn't do that many of the big one, only 4, I think. Okay, well, I was debating taking Cade Otton. Anyways, so I like him here. Really good matchup for Cade. So this team just needs to get enough at quarterback points, and the rest of the guys can realistically give you, especially these 4, can give you 20 plus, Some of them can give you 30. Winning scores roughly last week were like 120 half-point PPR points. So like 20, 20, 20, 20. That's 80. 20 from the quarterback. That's 100. Then you got Cade Otton. And then if it can be like 30, 30, 20, 20, that's 100 plus the quarterback, 120 plus Cade, 130. That's probably what it needs to advance. It's got unique, following Josh Jacobs, who, like, the market and me could be getting way too fancy taking Jalen Warren over Josh Jacobs. So we got to take him sometimes. Okay, we need QB and tight end here. Matty Staff fits it. K. Dotton, we would have liked. Let's see. Quarterbacks on the inside of us. Negative. So we got the Stafford, Puka, Olave, Gabe Davis, ETN. Not my favorite team, but it's in there. Fryermuth's projections probably pretty fragile. Jonu's a little bring back on Olave. Higbee plays football. Michael Mayer's out there. Need a quarterback here. Probably going to go with Jake Browning. I mean, do we just alpha the whole lobby, slam our dick on the table, and draft Taysom Hill at quarterback? Tempting. I think there's worse bets than Will Levis against one of the worst defenses in football. Same with Bryce Young. QB is rough, bro. Little Browning Jake for the stack. We could do Aiden O'Connell to stack with Josh Jacobs. We'll just take Fryermuth. Like, I think the market is dinging him for not running 100% of snaps last week, and I would guess that's going to be way more closer to normal, but it's possible that he's just like sharing the role with like Connor Hayward or whoever the guy is now. I so want to draft a Taysom Hill quarterback team, but I don't think this is the team to risk it on. And yeah, I mean, like, part of me thinks that the Jake Browning bet, I mean, the man had 40 rushing yards, though, so that's, like, kind of nice for us. So I don't know. Maybe he's more mobile than I thought. But I kind of wanted to, like, take Will or Aiden O'Connell for, like, the rushing. Although Aiden doesn't rush at all. Neither does Will, so. The Chase Browning, I like this team a lot. If Jake Browning can give us 15, 20, we're cooking with gas. Let's let this one finish and take a look at our top projected ones. Come on, Stevie. I don't think it's loaded all of them. But, oh no, it has, but this was our last one. So our top projected one is our Browning team right now. It's got projected for 72.2. Browning, Bijan, Jacobs, Diggs, Chase, Otten. Yeah, I mean, I like this team a lot, you know. We need Jacobs to fall in the end zone. He's the only one that's like the bigger stretch. We need Browning not to be a pumpkin. K. Otten to fall in the end zone. Diggs to have a great game. Bijan to have a great game. Our second highest projected is this one for 71.2. Allen, Kyron, Rashad White, Rashid Shaheed, Khalil Shakir, Evan Ingram. I think this team's fun too. Obviously, need some of the work to go Shakir's way. Need Shaheed to get there. You know, a lot less balanced of a team versus this one. Our third highest projected for a cool 69 points is Allen, Kyron, Bijan, Gabe Davis, Rashid Shaheed, Michael Mayer. Yeah, need Gabe Davis to get a long bomb. Like, you know, the Gabe Davis projection is a meaningless number. He's never going one catch for one touchdown. Um, do you have a favorite time control for chess? Yeah, blitz chess. So like 5-0, 3-0. Um, maybe we'll play one chess. We'll play chess until we lose after this. So yeah, that's what I got. Apparently, I have 11. I thought I already done two, so maybe one of mine got thrown out to what the guy in the chat was talking about earlier. I didn't really notice it, but apparently, maybe he was talking about one of my drafts that someone drafted Sam Ellinger, which is annoying if that ruined one of my good teams because there's definitely a good team that I'm not seeing here. I don't think. Um, this one feels nice to have. Maybe I shouldn't have scrolled down to Greg Dortch when I got this falling Devonta Smith, but we did it. We're living with it. If Greg Dortch can do similar work to last week, that is serviceable. If he get a touchdown, we can maybe win a ticket because I like the rest of the pieces. But yeah, just because Jewish McCaffrey bought it up, we'll play some chess until we lose in the 5-0 time control. Peace out, Sam. Yeah, if you don't enjoy chess, see ya. I need to move this over so it's more centered with me. All right, this is the Carl Khan C6, controlling the center with the move E5. Allows your bishop to see the field. When they do this, I like to take and offer this knight exchange. It's definitely not what like computers recommend, but you have this pawn here, which gives you some safety, and this has flexibility. You can do things like this. We are just going to get our bishop out here. Both our bishops are seeing the field. We need this game. We'll just put our bishop here, seeing both sides of the board, and we'll castle. If they attack our bishop, we can place it here. Get a nice little square of pawns. Get our knight into the game. Our opponent is offering an exchange of light squared bishops with his pawns on dark squares. This is his good bishop, so we didn't have to trade it. We could have kept the pin, and we develop his queen by doing this, which is not ideal. But his knight cannot jump in here due to our pawn. He's got this bishop looking kind of silly. We got our queen and bishop bearing down on his king. Trying to get this rook in the game. This gives tactical options like knight c5, where if you take, I can take here, discovering a check. He wisely moved off. Let's look to improve our knight's outlook by jumping onto one of these two squares. Okay, he's threatening a pin of our pieces here. Tempted with c5. Take, 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 take. Seems fine. No real advantage for me. Bishop f4. Take, take. Also seems fine. Let's go c5. If he pushes, that's okay. We can bring our knight here. Okay. So now our knight's silly here. So we're going to bring him back here, and you've vacated this. He's no longer attacking e5. Yeah, offering this trade seems good. We have a little bit less space with these pawns bearing down on the board. We can always play this move. Now, do I take with the pawn? Undoubling my pawns and grabbing the center, but blocking my bishop? No, I like taking with the bishop better. Ask him what he's doing about this. His bishop is worse than mine. Let's free our queen from protecting this pawn. He's got this pawn that can move down the board, but we have good control of that square. Got some pressure here. Yeah, so his position is pretty nothing. We'll give our king some lift. His bishop can come in here if he wishes. We might get in this move f5. I think first we'll take away the ability of bishop h6. So take, whatever. I think we'll start by doubling our rooks. I mean, he's going to take this anyways, but that's okay. We want to keep control of the e-file. Now, takes here, takes here, queen takes, queen here. I think this is a little bit better for me. I do have to worry about this, though, so maybe this is bad for me to do. Maybe I'll lose because of it, but whatever. My plan was queen here, but I don't know. I'm kind of worried about this. Let's do it anyways. If he pushes, I have this check to pick it up. But yeah, he has a passed pawn. This is looking kind of draw-y. Let's just stay behind this pawn. We don't love that our king cannot move right now. Get a little pressure on this king. It's not easy for him to support this pawn moving. But long term, like a queen trade would be really bad for me because then my king would have to babysit this pawn. I don't have a ton of great waiting moves. So let's fuck shit up. Gives our king at least some, we need just a move to just kind of like wait and pass the turn. Okay, so he's trying to come in here to get going here. But any invasion of that loses this. This is just like losable, I think. What about queen here? Take. Let's just wait. See what he does. I mean, he just wins if he goes here and marches this down. But he does not seem to realize that. So it's offering a queen trade. Take. And then I just lose. So yeah, trading the pieces off was bad by me. He seems too afraid to like give me this. I only have 20 seconds, so I'm going to lose this on time. Us just like continuously checking the king is something he needs to worry about, and he doesn't really have this right now. Fuck. We just gave away our queen. All right. That was fun. Yeah, I mean the big lesson here, if you're not a chess player, is this game was like a draw, and just positionally, it's bad for black to trade off the pieces here, which is something I said, due to this protected pass pawn, because as you trade off pieces, your king is stuck babysitting this, and my opponent didn't really like capitalize on this, but I wasn't really sure what I should be doing either. Like I think my best move is just to be like, okay, fine, it's a draw, and just like shuffle my queen back and forth, which is not really my style. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Enjoy the rest of your weekends. Have a good weekend of football. Go Bills. Hit the like and subscribe and join my Discord. Peace.